Hello, this is Herbert Glenn Peters asking the question, how did the United States of America get such a great start? Hope? Yes. Our early history is a beacon of hope. In our first 46 years, we had 32 balanced budgets. The tariff extracted one of every $40 with no forms to file. That's about 2.5% taxes. Democrat President Andrew Jackson had 7 straight balanced budgets and paid the national debt down to zero on January 8, 1835. The economy was people controlled. The estimated gross domestic product was 50 times government spending. 4.5 cents per hour was the average wage, and the byword of the day was manifest destiny. I interpret this to mean we are unusually happy and we want to share the joy. In 1844, the United States Supreme Court ruled that the Bible could not be extracted from the education of our youth. The court questioned, where can the purest principles of morality be learned so clearly or so perfectly as from the New Testament? In 1892, the United States Supreme Court ruled, this is a Christian nation. Going back a bit further to our colonial years, around the year 1700, about 2/3 of our people were Christians, and in our New England churches, the clergy gave election messages and taught biblical principles regarding human government. I believe that we got our great start because most of the people were Christians. They practiced common law such as do all that you have agreed to do, and the ethical and legal environment nourished prosperity. Prosperity blossomed. With few exceptions, the government stayed true to the Constitution. Presidents vetoed bad bills. Democrat President Franklin Pierce in 1854 vetoed a welfare bill. In his veto message, he said that the federal government should not commit itself to social welfare. Over 70 years later, the federal government reversed the Pierce veto and took over much of the welfare opportunities. The awful result? Now we have over 100 million of our people receiving benefits from government programs. Democrat President Grover Cleveland in 1887 vetoed a farm bill. Cleveland's veto message, in part, I can find no warrant for such an appropriation in the Constitution. What happened to our great start? About 116 years ago, we the people began to change. We began to fall away from common law in favor of progressivism and statism and more government, wrongly thinking that more government would bring us to more prosperity. We have borrowed and spent, and things are getting worse fast. Over the last 17 months, the Congress, via the Federal Reserve tool, has created over $1.4 trillion in credit. Quantitative easing, they call it. What the banks are working to do is to turn that $1.4 trillion into mortgages. For months, unemployment has been at about 23%. Poverty is growing, and I believe homelessness is growing. The choice is very clear. Where we have headed in the last century is not the direction of prosperity. Compare today with our earlier, better years. Our debt today is over $17.4 trillion. Our deficits are so large that if they taxed us at 100% of our income, they would still have a deficit. Our last balanced budget was 57 years ago during the Eisenhower administration. Congress has spent our Social Security and Medicare trust fund savings, creating an unfunded liability of an amount estimated to be $128 trillion. Is this the direction you want to continue? I believe that our best hope is to learn from history, and hopefully we can restore our government to compliance with the Constitution. I believe that we can restore our government and keep our modern means of travel, communications, and conveniences. What the people do at the ballot box is what matters. Goodbye, and may God bless you, and may God bless the United States of America.